uh-huh, uh-huh. Do looks like a lady, do looks like a lady, do looks like a lady, boom, down, 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 do, 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 down, 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 boom, 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 boom. Yeah, what y'all know about the Aerosmith? Good morning, everybody. What y'all know about that? Dude looks like a lady. Let me get across the street. So, but anyway, that's that Aerosmith. Shout out to damn, I forget their names that quick. Steven Tyler, Joey, and I don't know the drummer's name and the other guitar, but anyway. But speaking of Aerosmith, they're going on tour this year, man. But anyway, just made me think about that, and y'all know, Brother Dick Gregory said something years ago. I used to listen to a lot of Dick Gregory. He went to see him live when I lived in Memphis, like in 2002 or 3 at the University of Memphis. He said something. He said early mornings is when, like 5 or 6 in the morning, when you wake up, that's when your brain is really operating, really functioning. So he always advises the people get up because when your brain is really on point, right? And so, and that's true, because in the mornings, my brain is like 5 or 6, sometimes 4:30 in the morning. Man, my brain is really going. It's really functioning. And I often have thoughts. Y'all have to forgive me. That's why I'm Rico the Opinionist. But please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, all the cool stuff, right? Check out the description box. But even though I guess legally the case has been closed, for me it doesn't mean that the conversation is just over, because so many unanswered questions, and it's almost like people are daring you to bring it up and talk about it. And if you do, they look at you sideways because how they decided that they want to, or how they want to define the whole situation. Case closed. The boy was protecting his mama, and I got that scenario. When I was in high school, when I was in college, you wrote a paper. You had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Even when you go to the movies, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Unfortunately, all we saw was the middle, and we saw the very tragic end. No one ever wants to discuss the beginning. And this live is not about me trying to surmise or make assumptions about the beginning of that incident. It's something that's dawned on me, because we're so, we get really triggered, and we're so mentally cemented in the standard of, you don't put your hands on a woman. I get it. And then some people are so absolute, and I don't care what a woman does, I don't care what a woman says, I don't care. A man is never to put his hands on a woman. Because somehow through I guess natural order things, women are automatic victims of everything. And everything that occurs in their lives, right? Even in 2023, we've had women's marches, we got all these laws passed, and they make more money than men, and they do all kinds of stuff, but still, they engage in violence and all that. But even if she's attacking a man, you'll never put your hands on a woman. And so, and I'm a black man who was raised in the black community as a little boy, with a single mother and a house full of women, single mothers, with a couple of loser guys, my uncles, but they don't count. But luckily, I grew up in the 70s and 80s where there were appropriate men in the community to help balance that off, right? But it's just something about this that just didn't sit well with me. And I know, make all the assumptions that you want. Rico, he don't care. He hates women. It's not that at all. I just have a brain, and my brain doesn't shut off because you tell me to shut it off. A conversation is usually not over in my mind because society or the legal system and said, hey, okay, case closed, it's over. I've never operated like that. I've always like, it's something else that hasn't been said or something else that hasn't been discussed. And also I allow myself to say, I wonder if, so the title of this video is, I wonder if Jeremy Brown, the guy who attacked in the video, the infamous video where the man who is seen punching the mom, the woman, the black woman, the mom, and she orders her son to shoot him and shoot his friend because she was laughing, or girlfriend because she was laughing. And I wonder, and I just wonder if instead of Jeremy Brown having dreads or locks, what if Jeremy Brown wore a wig and identified as a woman? Would Black America be cheering to large volumes at the murder of this man and saying, hey, the end justifies the means? Even though the man was shot and then the boy ran after and shot him 2 times after the man was trying to run. I've heard black men and black women, I don't care. He don't put his hands on nobody, mama. You shoot him till he's dead, ignoring all the laws. But, but also, would Kim Fox been so quick to drop all the charges, no child endangerment, no second or third degree charges? Would she have been so quick to drop the charges as she did in Chicago, the black female DA in Chicago, if it were a trans woman? A man wearing a wig who identifies as a woman, because now you can't even misgender them now. Did y'all know that? Yeah, y'all know it. I just find it amazing. I wonder if it was a trans fighting a woman, because I have bared witness, and it's not just on social media, but in person, that the black community takes it easy on gay men when they're fighting women. Hell, even the men don't have much to say about that. But they're still men. And you can't, a man wearing a wig with a mustache and an Adam's apple and a penis and a prostate, but wearing a wig, you cannot say that they are not women. So I wonder if the black community would have been cheering just as hard and feel vindicated of some kind of victory after if it was a trans acting a fool, or the woman was arguing with the trans and the trans decided to get physically violent with this woman. And I pondered this because I hear, let me say this, would the description of murder victim be stripped away if the person was shot was a trans woman? Black community, I'm just wondering, I'm asking questions. Because I have observed how we behave, or how we're so silent on the trans issue in the black community. We don't have, I don't hear black women the popular black women, I don't hear black men saying a word, hardly, if all, nationally, about this trans thing. Trans have gotten into girls' sports, out racing them, out swimming them, out wrestling them. They're wrestling girls and putting man chokeholds on girls and becoming first place in all these races. Trans dudes with wigs are they've even gotten into competitive sports such as MMA. So they're cracking the skulls of women, and I don't hear the black community say anything about it. They don't say a word. But I hear the words of white women, young and old, white Christians or white people, religious and non-religious, white political figures and non-political figures. But I don't hear black political figures. I don't hear black Christians. I don't hear black women, especially black women. I don't hear any concerns about this trans trend that is taking over America, or is taking over America. I don't. So I was wondering if if black folks would have remained silent if the attacker of this woman was trans. Because all this cheering and feeling vindicated like we were handed reparations or something. Yes, that's right. And people made memes. I mean, I didn't find any of them funny because it's something not right in Denmark, damn it. It's something not right. And no, I'm not ignoring him jumping on the leg, but again, there's a beginning, a middle, and the end. And I think a lot of us don't want to go to the beginning because then you'll be forced to think. A lot of people in my race that has been predominantly ran by women for the past 50 years is not into really logical thinking, just emotional reactionism. And so a lot of black men and black boys have been trained into emotional reactionism or reactionary behavior. And so I'm just curious. I like to hear your responses, and please just go to what I'm wondering about. Don't give me, you don't have to give me any personal attacks or make accusations about me or what I think about my mom or women or black women. No, there's no need for that because that's called deflection. Would you be as aggressively cheerful if the attacker was trans? Black community. Because I don't hear you making a stink about what the trans are doing, and normally I don't. And what gay men are doing as it relates to how they attack women and be all of them. Matter of fact, black women seem to be in alliance with trans and gay men. Yeah, they're the first ones. If something said about trans, well, let them live their life. That's them. Only God can judge. But when it comes to biological black men, there's this disdain, this undergirding of hatred of the very men that the women who are cheering against Jeremy Brown, these are the men that y'all raised. Did y'all know that? Hey, Luke, what's up? DFW, what's up? Yusef, what's good? These are the women these are the young men that Jeremy Brown got. These are a product of a lot of single mothers who were cheering that he was murdered in the way in which he was. And we all are condemning his behavior, his reaction. But he's just one of many black males who are emotionally out of touch. Or he's emotionally wired like his mother, grandma, aunties. Because look at his behavior. Jeremy is a product of black America, or inner city, or low income, or black America in general. So the question becomes another question: what are we doing to prevent the creation of Jeremy Brown? Those in their community. So it's a lot to be learned from this. It's not just an open and shut case. Kim Fox, if there was a trans, would you have just shut the case closed? And also, y'all heard that the mama is now suing the police in the city of Chicago. They talking about for the arrest. I thought arrests were made, or at least some level of detainment was automatic when there's a shooting that occurs. And see, that goes to the value of black male life. Even when there's a shooting with questions involved, whoever shoots that black man automatically supposed, don't worry about it, it's just a Negro. They don't need, there's no due process. No process needs to be done. He's dead, he's gone, it doesn't matter. Because, I'm not well versed in legalese. And I know a lot of you have responded to this case like y'all earned PhDs in psychology. You've earned a LCSW or LPC in professional counseling overnight. You've earned a Juris Doctorate in law overnight. I'm just like y'all. I'm just pondering. So I'd appreciate if somebody could just answer it honestly. If Jeremy Brown were a trans woman, would we be so gleeful? Would we be so, would we strip him of being called a murder victim when it's trans? And also, do y'all think trans activists will just let this go down like that? Even though they saw the whole video, and they saw the way in which the trans was murdered, do you think trans activists would be so silent? Y'all know what else is so interesting? And black men, y'all pay attention. Y'all have no reason to be cheering in this case, because it's all about how to get rid of you. And the white media, the liberal white media, because we don't expect Fox News and them to report on anything like that. We're of the belief that, hey, Fox News don't care what goes on in Negroes except for attack them. But CNN, MSNBC, what else is it? NBC, ABC, none of the white media, none of these white bloggers really just said much about it. It was just those of us at BET, The Root, The Griot, and all the anti-black male, anti-black nuclear family, black liberal platforms have been speaking out. Of course, black people in the country in general have been speaking out and sharing, yeah, you don't hit no black woman. You don't hit no, he was defending his mother. I get that. But do y'all understand where I'm coming from? Was that too much of a heavy hitter of a question, or was I wondering, am I wondering too much? Hold on, who is this just came on here? I can't, hold on, put my shades on. Oh, Ivan, what's good? Bishop Terrence, what's up? Pro Reacher. So it's all, just pose that question. Because I'm backing it up based on how I see how we as a community or as a race in America have responded to the trans trend in America as it relates to how they're infiltrating the biological female spaces, and black women haven't had a word to say about it. Now, white women are all up in arms and trying to get some policy put together and legislation put together to create laws to thwart this, and conservative white states, conservative governors, and conservative white lawmakers are trying to thwart it off at the pass, but liberal black politicians ain't said a word about it. Matter of fact, they're promoting it. So again, black community, would y'all be so oh, how can I say it again? Would y'all be, hold on one second. Would everything just slide so smoothly, Kim Fox, if this were a trans? I think it'd be more conversation. I think everybody would be a part of the conversation if this was a trans. Now, I could say a white trans, but I think I'll give them the pass just being just trans. I could say there's a difference between black trans and white trans, and black gays and white gays. There is a difference. But I'll just say trans. All right. That was just what I was wondering this morning. My brain never shuts down. So anyway, y'all be cool. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me see who on here before I leave. Mary Max, what's up? Anthony Taylor, what's good? Hold on one second, y'all. I can't see in this sun, so I have to raise it up where I can read comments really quickly. Hold on. Let's see. Mary Max said, I agree we need some sensitivity about the truth. Oh, this is Jeff, but the truth, he struck a woman with, in my opinion, that was deadly weapon. Okay, Jeffrey. All right, we already went over that, Jeffrey. That's not what we're talking about. Let me see. But, in my opinion, he struck a woman as a deadly weapon. How was a deadly weapon? The woman didn't even fall, Jeff. The swing that he was doing wasn't deadly, because if it was a deadly weapon, she'd have been knocked out on that first punch. She didn't even hardly fall, Jeff. Also, if we're looking at someone as if the women were physically strong, looking male would have struck them. Okay, what'd you say, Jeff? At scenario, if the women were a physically strong looking male. No, not strong looking, and actually a trans is an actual man, Jeff, not a man looking. Female is an actual man. All right, Mary Max, okay. So, I get it, Jeff. That's that scenario that's been planted in our heads as black boys, and we still look at it, especially in the so-called conscious community. The black woman is God, and Father, God, Mother Goddess, and all that. But thank God I live in reality that both human beings have flaws. Come on, somebody. And I just posed the question: if it was a trans man, I'm asking y'all, and And it's probably, hopefully this question doesn't go over the head or go over your head, because it's some things we just stay away from. Luckily, I'm a man of society and I pay attention to everything. But I know it's some things that we purposely don't pay attention to because we don't want to have to answer to it. But I'm just curious. Instead of Jeremy having locks, if Jeremy Brown had on a wig and identified as a woman, still with man fists, man prostate, man dingling, and all of that. So thank you for your platform to critically think more. For sure, Jeff. No, that's why I'm just asking questions, bro. You're welcome, man. If he had a wig on, because y'all seen these trans dudes go crazy if you misgender them. I am ma'am. But anyway, I think I posed the question enough. Yeah, no, Pro Reacher, yeah, we say that. He said he still should have been sent to the upper room. But, but that's not the debate for me. I want to know, will we still be as cheerful and as quick with our reactions? Would the legal system work so swiftly if that were a trans man that did that? Because we're not going to pretend that the LGBT has a solid legal and societal fence built around them. Even black folks scared to go there. That's all. Because when it's a biological black man, all of us stand in line. Get that nigga. That's right. He need to this. He need to die. He ain't shit. But it's still a biological man. Let's say if he's still a biological man, but wore a wig and went under the trans banner, would everybody still be so public about their opinion that he should be dead, that he got what he deserved, he'd be up in the upper room? I think that'll be a battle. I mean, I think a lot of women will come out and say, well, still though, I think a lot of black dudes will just stay silent on it. But black men seem to be okay when it's a biological black boy or black man to just be as manly and as aggressive in their responses as possible. Ivan Master said you wouldn't hear a peep. Ivan, I'm tending to lean that way as well. I think Kim Fox would not have opened and shut the case so quickly, because the trans community don't play that. They like, no, yeah, we saw it. The trans community probably said, let's see the beginning. What started? They would have had all the conversations. And that's when I believe, just my opinion, the white media would have really dug into it and let's try to make some sense out of this. But when it's a biological black man, y'all need to follow me now. Come on. Because it goes with all of the ongoing attitudes and the stereotypes of black men. And we're going to have to rewrite some things that's been said historically. When Dr. John Henry Clark says African Americans or Africans doesn't have any friends. And I'd say black men don't have any friends. We say, Pro Reacher, the world would have responded different, but a lot of us would still be on. Thank you for that honesty in the first part, Pro Reacher. Is that right, Pro Reacher? Yeah, a lot of us would have been on the stands, but it'd been a little more silent. I'm just saying, would there have been a difference? And for me, the difference would have been they wouldn't have been so vocal about it the way they are now. I'm just asking the question. But anyway, for those of you who responded, let me go ahead and get out of here. But I thank y'all so much. Like, share, and subscribe. This your man, Rico, the Opinionist. I'm just sharing opinions, y'all. And also, I have a blog. Check out my Facebook page. I wrote a whole blog on it. And as well as on my blog site, Rico, the Opinionist. And please go and read that. If you don't get a chance to check this video out, like, share, and subscribe again. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk again on another topic. I got a couple other topics I want to share with y'all. But y'all be cool. Talk to you later. Peace.